Okay, today today is Monday, 6th of May 2024. Air temperature's 28 degrees centigrade, which is about 82 Fahrenheit. Now, when I started this channel about 4 months ago, I really didn't think I'd be still standing here talking about MEDAKA stuff. But anyway, so 4 months later, maybe it's time I made an update on the types or strains of MEDAKA I have in my, if you like, my MEDAKA collection. I'm not, again, if you like, I'm not a MEDAKA connoisseur. I mean, I just like to have different colours of standard, common, robust types of MEDAKA, which can keep easily in tubs outdoors, even when there's heavy rain, temperature fluctuations, water variations because of the rain in terms of varying pH, etc. And also MEDAKA is going to survive probably, even if I sometimes neglect them a bit when I go on a long vacation or whatever. So I'm happy to have MEDAKA that look good from the top. I'm not, as I say, a connoisseur. I'm not interested in sort of fancy varieties that might have long fins, lots of sparkle, etc., which maybe look good in an aquarium looking from the side. But I may just want the standard, robust, ordinary MEDAKA that have a better chance of surviving outdoors. So at the end of last year, I had, if you like, 5 established varieties of MEDAKA. Again, I'll say in my MEDAKA collection. So let's have a look at what they were. So these are red cap, which I've had from the beginning. They breed prolifically, get lots of offspring. We can have a look, see how many eggs we got today. I think you can see there's quite a lot just from one day. Okay, maybe not so easy to focus, but anyway, I don't know, maybe more than 10 anyway, just from one day. But they only breed about maybe 30% true. The other 70% are a mixture of white and orange, or orange. So I sort of now differentiate. I have red caps, and then if I go over here, I have white, what I call my white MEDAKA, which I can separate out from the offspring of the red caps, which I have separated out from the offspring of the red caps. Usually they've got a lot of eggs, but they seem to have not so many these days. I think the females are having a rest. There's 1 or 2 on there. Let's have a look. I think there's a thermometer in here. Let's have a look, see what the temperature is. Yeah, 27 degrees Celsius. So that's what temperature we've got. It's about the same as air temperature. So those are the white, and these are the orange, which I say they originally came from, the offspring of the red caps. And they're quite good. There's still bits of white on them sometimes, but mainly orange, and I'm happy with the way they look. So those are those three, and I have these Yozakura, which have a bit of lame along the back, and Nishiki, which are really red and black. Sometimes their offspring basic orange. So, but these two types at least breed reasonably true. But last year, neither of these two types produced very many offspring. And then some didn't survive the winter, and these are now the only fish I have left of these two types. I don't know why they don't survive the winter. Tried hard to look after them, but that's the way it goes. And also, they're not producing eggs at present. Though I did get 2 eggs from these red and black the other day. Whether they will hatch out or not, I don't know. I mean, previously I did a video showing, I suddenly realised I got all females, so I put some males in there, but they're still not producing eggs. They're lively, they're active, they're eating well. So I don't know. Maybe the water temperature is now consistently 27, 28 degrees centigrade. So hopefully, they might just need higher temperatures to produce eggs. I can't really remember from last year what the water temperatures were. But if they don't produce eggs, then unfortunately this year these 2 strains will die out over time. They're sort of getting on, be over a year old later on this year, and then I might still have a few left at the end of the year. If they don't produce eggs, then that's it. These 2 strains of mine have died out. Now, maybe this illustrates that keeping Medaka outdoors with sort of varying temperatures, heavy rain, varying water conditions is maybe more risky than keeping Medaka indoors in an aquarium where you have controlled conditions. And really, I think perhaps you need to establish like 20 fish in each type of Medaka, to have an established group of about 20 if you want to make sure you survive to breed for future generations year after year. So to say, if I lose these 2 strains this year, that means I only have 3 strains left, which are the red cap, the white, and the orange. However, it looks as though I may have a good chance of establishing at least 2 more strains, or maybe even 3 strains, or 3 new types to add to my collection, and I'll go and have a look at those now. So towards the end of last year, I had a mixed group of Medaka, various colours. They weren't very healthy. I separated them out into more or less matching colours and managed to get some eggs from them that have successfully hatched. So this is one new type from that group. But because the original group were not that healthy, in fact they've all died now, so and these were juveniles throughout the winter. I kept them in a heated tub, just 20 degrees centigrade, just so they, with those juveniles, they might not have survived temperature in the winter down to sort of 6 degrees. So they didn't grow. At that temperature, juveniles really won't grow. I put them in here a little while ago in this tub, and they're now producing eggs. They mostly have a dark background with a line of lame down their back. I don't know what they are. Don't know if they've got a name or anything, but there we are. Sometimes it looks like they've got a bit of blue colour to them, but anyway. So they're dark, they have this bit of lame sometimes down the back. I like them, but I just call them Shine. That's my name for them. So that's fine. And they're producing eggs, so that should establish, one new type of MEDAKA. I'll see what their offspring look like in a couple of months. Now another type, if I move my chair, these are sort of yellow with lame on. There are only 3. I think it's a male and 2 females. That's all that survived. They're producing 1 or 2 eggs a day. So whether I'll get enough to establish a group of 20 by the end of this year to establish them as part of my MEDAKA collection, if you like, I don't know. But yeah, they're looking healthy. As I say, they're breeding 1 or 2 eggs a day. But I'm not counting on them yet to actually become established enough that I could rely on keeping them for future years, year after year. So again, I just call those yellow MEDAKA. I don't know what they are, or if they have a name or anything. And then finally, I'll move the chair again. And these are black MEDAKA, which I really like. As you can see, they're not that big, but they're actually starting to produce eggs already. Their parents were black, or mainly black. As I say, all those in the original mixed variety group that I had, they've all gone. But they turned out to be, really good offspring, even though the parents weren't maybe fully black. Somehow or another, they've turned out very well. And I'm just about certain that these are called orochi. Now, the colour of most dark MEDAKA, dark-coloured MEDAKA, if you put them in a tub with a light background like this, the colour will fade. The colour adjusts to match the background. But orochi were bred to maintain the same depth of black, whatever the background colour is in the tub. And definitely these MEDAKA are doing that. So definitely I'm going to call them orochi. And yeah, you can see, I think I've got definitely enough to be very hopeful these will establish, a new group, a new type within my collection. So last year I had 5 types of MEDAKA: red cap, white, orange, Yozakura, and red and black. This year maybe the Yozakura and red and black will die out because they're not producing eggs at present. But it looks as though I definitely have 2 new types. Definitely, these are orochi, and what I call the shine variety, and I've got high hopes that the yellow MEDAKA will eventually produce enough eggs to have a sufficient number of fish to establish a new group for breeding in future generations. So that's it. Okay, that's my update. Okay.